cleanup today. Stay tuned. So guys, always remember, always do the things we love, you know. So we started off doing what we love. So yeah, we're cleaning shit, but this isn't work. This is something we love to do. So never be afraid to get down and dirty and do the work. We've got some new patients here today as well. Köpekleri bir gösterin bro. We've got some of the dogs here. It is a very hot day today. So as you can see, just doing a nice clean up. We're going to wash the place down, keep it nice and cool for them. Because summer times, it does get much more hotter up here. So we're just going to keep it cool for them. Let's go. So this is our daily routine. During the afternoon and the mornings, we do a cleanup. And late at night time as well, we clean up as well. We've got to keep it hygienic. Why? When it's summer, there is more infections and viruses that go around. So in summer times, we've got to do the cleaning on the more regular. Köpekleri de şey yaptım, böyle göstereyim. Açıyor musun? Şu burada. Tamam. So we just go into the cages here. Another good. So guys, this might look like it's bad, but we do regular clean up this place. I want to show you guys raw footage, not just every time you guys see it's always clean. You guys need to see what we do behind the curtains as well. That's how we started in the first place. So it was our passion that made us start this. And in the end, we got the glory. We stopped doing what we love. It turned into more of a work environment. So me and Dev, we've come to the agreement where we want to we want to give our 100% back to the animals as well. So it is what we love, and it did bring us all together, bring a lot of people together actually. You know, you guys all met us for animals, so that's why we got to put in the work. Always put in the work. Then she hortumu açayım mı bro? Yeah.
Hortumda mı gidiyor?
Hortumdan şey yapacağız. Come on, get out. Hey man, give him space. Get out of the yard. It's not your house. Come on. It's not your house. Get this way. You're not listening to Baba. If you don't listen to Baba, Baba get angry at you. Yeah. Baba get angry. Yeah. That's not your food. Get out of here. Come on. So guys, we do isolate the dogs, as you can see. There's no conflict between the dogs. So some of the dogs we leave out. You can see, so a couple of them are roaming around. They're alright. They're all used to each other. They don't fight with each other. And when they do, it's because, and when they do fight, it's usually because a new patient has came in. So it's just getting used to the environment, you know. Bir tane daha var mı ondan? Al sana. Evet, ben onu yapayım. Bekle, eldiven getireyim. Bunlar hepsi yemekte mi? Evet. Guys, our feed times have changed due to weather conditions. So it is summer. It's a scorcher out here in Turkey. It's very, very hot. So we usually don't see any of the animals out until the sun starts setting. And that's around 7 o'clock. From 6:30 to 7:30 is the perfect time for the animals to come out. Ver buradan şey yapayım. Hortum tutayım mı?
Nerede hortum?
Nerede hortum? Bu mu? Aynen.
Süper onu.
Okay. One's a Star Wars fan.
Hani şimdi senden 4 tane domates al.
Çık telefonla. Evet. Come on. Thanks, man. So we got no workers here today. It's just me and the family. It's Bayram in Turkey. So Bayram is like it's like a celebration for here in Turkey. So everyone's on holidays. So we got no workers here today. We've just got me and the cousins that want to do some work. That want to help the animals. So we're using up the spare time we have during the day, helping out the animals. Okay, so regular clean. We've got a regular clean on the food cups. Why? Because it gets hot and there's a lot of moisture because we just live right next to the ocean. There's a lot of moisture, it gets hot, all the food sticks down to the bottom. So we're gonna do regular scrubs. Make sure you clean the water. Water is very important. It's highly contagious for bacteria. So always change. Even if you've got a pet at home, make sure you guys always change the water. Change it on the regular, you know? Keep it clean. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Okay, so. Bunu su mu şey mi yapacağız?
Su.
İkisi mi su?
Mama orada.
Okay. Önce yerleri mi yıkayayım bir?
Evet, önce bir.
Tamam. So I'm just gonna wash the floors now. Start from back here. Gel bro. Islanma. Guys, like I said earlier, there's a quote that I heard the other day. Never change your passion for glory, you know? And what brings the glory? What brings the glory is the passion in the first place, you know? It's the love you have for doing something. And when the glory comes along, unfortunately, we get caught up in this world and we forget that our passions are our dreams. So we tend to live in this materialistic world and we forget that it was our dreams that bring us here, you know? Bring us all together. So if you guys ever feel like you need to disconnect sometimes or, you know, just be alone, solitude. So I've deactivated Instagram and I feel like sometimes you need to, you know? You need to disconnect. If you can disconnect from the world, you can disconnect from social media, you know? It's just a recharge. Everyone needs that little bit of a recharge sometimes, just to remember who they are, why you're here, what you're doing, and it's okay. It's okay to be alone sometimes, you know? And when you are alone, at least you get to do the things that you love, because there's no one else around you. So you start doing the things you love to do. So for instance, for us, we love animals. This isn't a job for us, it's not even a hobby. This is our passion, you know? And this is how it all started. This is why I'm on the rooftop right now, cleaning shit. Sorry guys, but it is what it is. And I love to do it. I got a nice kelpie back at home. Her name's Luna. Miss her a lot, so you can just feel the animals, man. When they're on the street and they've got no home, who else is gonna look out for them, you know? We're the most superior beings, the most advanced creatures, so the least we can do is look after the animals, you know? I mean, if everyone got a bag of food, imagine that, if everyone had a bag of food in their car, if everyone had a bag of food in their car, a 15-kilo bag of food in their car, and every time you guys seen an animal or seen a stray or a cat, and every time you seen one, you guys stopped and put a little bit of food on the side it would stop a lot of diseases. It would stop a lot of viruses. Why? When a dog's eaten and it's got its food in, immune system is much more stronger. So it's impossible to take out all the animals off the streets. That's impossible, you know. So because it's impossible, we've got to find a solution. What's the best solution? It's taking care of the animals, you know. So in our village, this is the best we can do. So far, this is the best we can do. Obviously, we can do more. We are going to do more. And what's been a very, very good success is we've gotten some dogs adopted as well, which is really, really cool. So some of the dogs, as you can see here, yeah, bro. You can see the dogs here. Bunu göster, right? You can see the dog here. So obviously, it looks like he was a home dog. He was for. Why is he in the cage for? They're not vicious. Look. Obviously, you can see. Yeah. There you go. Obviously, you can see he's a home dog. Like, what people do is they get animals like this. They think it's a toy. They look after it for a couple of weeks. And then it starts to shit and piss everywhere. And then they're like, I can't do this, you know. And they throw it onto the streets here. So you can't just play with an animal's life like that. If you're not mentally and physically ready to be responsible to own an animal, just don't do it. You know, they're not there for show. They're pets, but at the same time, hey man, stay inside please. At the same time, they become part of your family. And imagine you got a son, and then a couple of years later, you're like, oh no, I don't want him anymore, and you just throw him onto the road. You can't do that. It's the same with these guys. These guys have a life as well. So if you guys aren't prepared and you guys aren't ready to own an animal, don't. Make sure you guys, at least the first 6 months when you guys get a puppy is the hardest months, the most crucial. You gotta teach it how to shit, you gotta teach it how to eat, you gotta go for walks. So the first 6 months, if you guys can pass the first 6 months of a baby animal, then you guys are ready to own it. If you guys can't get through the first 6 months, just don't do it at all. Don't do it at all. Because it's not fair. Huh? Come on. Because it's not fair. Like, imagine how you get an animal, the animal's like, oh, I got my home. This is my dad, this is my mum, this is where I live. And then suddenly, the family just abandons the animal. Like, what's the animal gonna think, you know? And a lot of people do that nowadays, especially here in Turkey. So it's really not fair. So yeah, we've come together with the bros, and we're gonna do more leg work, because at the start, that's how we started. We did a lot of leg work, and then we got busy, we got sidetracked, we started doing other things. Yes, it's human nature, you know, you're allowed to do these things. But then when you realize how far you've come and where you've come from, once you realize that, then you understand, wow, okay, it's time to get back on the field, you know. It's time to get back on the field and get dirty. Because that's what we're made for. You know, this is what we're made for. Everyone's made for different things. Everyone's made for different things. And like I said before, that's why sometimes you need to be alone, because when you're around a lot of people, sometimes you don't even know what you want to do. You have no clue on what to do. You're listening to that person's idea, you're listening to the other person's idea, and you forget your own ideas. So sometimes lock yourself in a room with your own thoughts, see what you want to do in life, you know? See what your passion is, not your friends, not your dads, not your mums. Don't do it for anyone else. Do it for yourself, you know? Because when you do it for yourself, you're already doing it for the people around you. You're already doing it for the people you love. You just gotta start with yourself. I love it. Look at that. Clean and shit. This is mad. And guys, I'd like to thank, my brother has thanked you guys as well. Thank you guys so much for donation. It's taken us a long way. We've come a long way all together as a massive team. We've just made a massive order on some dog food, so all donations are open. We are getting more dog food, like I just said, canned food, dry food, cat food. So that's our next step. We just need some more dog food, cat food, so we can just get more of the feeding happening, you know. So guys, let's just do a little rundown on the animals. The vet's not in here today, so sometimes you can just tell how the animal's doing by looking into their eyes, you know. So this guy over here, he looks like he's on drugs. He looks like he's on drugs. He's on antidotes, so he's getting better. Hey man, how are you? Oh, look at your eyes. You gotta clean his eyes, because he's Prince. Would I share out of tissues, bro? Peçete? No. Come. Okay. Up, up, up. Hey. Yeah, go göster, go. So guys, whenever you guys see like they've got stuff like this, just make sure you clean it off, you know. You don't want it to have it on your face, so when you see it, just clean it up, give it a nice clean.
Here you go, buddy. Oh, you good boy.
So they look like they're nice and medicated. They know what they're doing. They're good. He's wagging his tail. He's wagging his tail. Look, he's in a closed environment, but it doesn't even matter for him. He's happy because he knows the energy in here. He knows this place is for him to get better. So it's not just the place, it's the energy that you give off, you know. This guy, he's wagging his tail as well. One of our other patients.
Hey man, how are you? I love you. Come, give me a hug. Come on.
Good boy. Oh, come on.
So he's looking good, hey man. Bruce, the almighty Bruce. Alright, so they look like they're in good condition. They're getting in good condition.